Hi, I'm Sally, the woo woo therapist. So, I was thinking a bit today about how, as parents and caregivers of children, and especially people who are trying to break cycles of transgenerational trauma, um, how it's really important for us to become comfortable with the uncomfortable. The big feelings and the mad, angry, sad, all of that stuff. Um, I think just in our society in general, we really have a tendency to want to stop uncomfortable feelings. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be sad. I don't want to be frustrated, right? And the problem with that is those are human emotions. They're part of the human experience, right? Like, we're not going to walk through this life without those feelings. They are part of the balance. And everything in this life has duality, it has polarity, black, white, up, down. If you think of the infinity symbol, it has to come in and it has to go out. The yin and the yang. The good has to hold the bad has to hold the good. And that's one of the reasons that I look at my experiences through different lenses, because I can say, yeah, well, these parts were bad, but these parts were good. Or maybe when I was walking through it at the time, I hated it, but now I can look back and say, there was a lot of things that experience brought me to that it wouldn't have otherwise. So, going back to parenting and caregiving, one of the things I find as a mother is that even wounds that I thought had healed or I thought I had worked on and processed are often triggered, and in parenting, lots of things are going to come up that are going to make me feel big feelings and make my kid feel big feelings. Maybe at the same time, maybe at different times. And that's okay, right? I want my kid to know that I'm a human being, that I get upset, that it's okay to be upset. If we do things that are hurtful when we're upset, that we need to try to make amends for those things. At least apologize. If not, try harder next time not to do it, right? But I mess up all the time in parenting, and especially being a single mom, it's really freaking hard. It's really hard. It's just me. It's just me taking care of a house. It's just me taking care of my kid when I'm actively parenting. I'm glad that there's people involved in my kid's life and that I have other places to for my child to go for childcare, right? And for education and things like that. But for the most part, it's me. And I don't have anybody saying, well, this is how you deal with this, or this is how you manage that. Like, I have a house, I have three cats, I have a business, and I have a kid who is high needs. And I have, my own needs as a human being, as an individual. So it's really difficult to juggle all that and stay regulated sometimes, especially when my own childhood experiences, my own developmental experiences gave me very little to say, this is what's healthy, this is what's right, right? So, how do you do that? How do you become comfortable with the uncomfortable, right? Without letting it eat you up inside, without carrying it with you everywhere, and without reacting to it. And, I don't know all the answers. I may never know all the answers, and that's okay. I'm a human. I'm just doing my best to be a human. But for me, just giving myself space to cry, to get mad, to get frustrated, and to look at it objectively and say, okay, what is it about this situation that's provoking this for me? What is it that I could do differently that might make it a little bit easier to walk through, right? Even if it's I need to take space and cry, even if it's I need to scream and then apologize later, sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to do that. And again, I want to have integrity. I want to show my child co-regulation when it's possible. I want to show my child that it's okay to be an imperfect person, because we all are. And I, most of all, just want to have a really honest and authentic relationship with my kid, because that's something that I didn't get from my caregivers. And I think knowing who somebody is authentically gives you more permission to be upset and to be a human and to show the full range of emotion. And when my kid is upset, I'm learning to say, hey, it's okay to be mad. I don't need to fix his feelings. I don't need to fix anybody's feelings. I don't even need to fix my own feelings. My feelings are right where they need to be. They show up, they tell me things, and they support me in my growth. And if I'm trying to fix my kid's feelings, then I'm not allowing him space to grow. I'm not allowing him space to grow. So I hope that you feel comfortable with your feelings today, all of them. Love them, embrace them, observe them, and show the people in your life how to do that too.